Shachanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnang Bande Jagadigurum. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. We salute Bhagavan Sri Krishna, who is the son of Vasudeva, who is the destroyer of the demon Chanuro, Kangso, and who is the delight of Mother Jasoda, and the Guru of the world and God incarnate. We salute him again and again. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So, very nice to see you all, though many of are out, only we see the name, but no face, all gone. So, yes, today we are in a very critical time of history. We are facing big challenges. Challenge always is there from two fronts in life. One front is the external and another is the internal struggle. We face difficulties. Our life poses us some question. Why? What is going on? Why it is happening? What is the net result of it? How can we get out of it? So in the present situation, we look at that we are also facing the two types of problem. It is eternal. It is not that today, but it is all the time. This is continuing the same problem. One is the external problem, another is the internal problem. External problem is this, like war, then earthquake, a fire. Very recent, you know what happened in North California, no? Northern California is also everywhere. Fire, 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 fire. There is earthquake, there is tsunami, there are all external calamities. Like now we are facing COVID. The whole world have been threatened and frightened. So now here is a question, what to do? Should we cry? Should we weep? Should we simply see the situation helplessly? Or what shall we do? So this is the question, what to do now. It is Gita's teaching is there. It is we have to fight out with strength, with our own inner power, which is hidden in us. We must have to express that power which is within, and to fight it out, take all the measures, and then what happens, happens. There comes the Gita's ideal. And this is the external. But external fight is only one part. Major part is internal. Internal fight. Internally we are, Gita suggests, we are confronted with our enemies, many enemies inside. And the third chapter, 37 verse Bhagavad-Gita says, Kama esha krodha esha rajaguna samudbhava mahashano mahapapma viddhiyenam iha vairinam. This is called the vairi, enemy. Know them to be your enemy. External enemies are enemies, but you have to understand there are greater enemies. What is that greater enemy? That enemy is the kama esha krodha esha. This kama, desire, and this anger, these are all great enemies in the spiritual life. So what we want in our own life is the tranquility and peace of mind. And that should be our constant struggle. How? In all the situations, we can keep our inner peace and tranquility. External condition will be always inconvenience. You see, look at the time from the history till now, from the ancient time onward. What was the question? Question was the external. Go to the Stone Age, people were frightened, seeing the stupendous nature crushing the life. Their sustenance was a big question. Ours also present this COVID situation is frightening. See how the world has been put into the corner in their own closet. It's not an external, visible, powerful, visible some strong thing, but invisible some item, and it's so powerful that it has taken toll of how many thousands of life. I do not know present record is how much. It has crossed, I mean, how many thousands I forgot, or it may be 1 million all over the globe. So this is a fear, and this is a challenging situation, external challenges. Swami Vivekananda also said that each soul is potentially divine. The goal is to manifest this divine within by controlling nature external and internal. Here is the question. Internal nature and external nature. Internal nature is what? Internal nature is our own desires, our cravings, our emotions, our misconception, our misunderstanding, our ignorance. And external is always there, this type of odd situation facing us. So it is a question that we are as if in a war front. That's why Bhagavad-Gita gives us the correct response and reply to this. Because what it says that it is the war started in Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Jujutsav. In the Dharmakshetra, in the life, there is this struggle. It is called the war. And there two opponent forces are working always, good and bad, positive and negative, in every aspect. But this is Dharma Kshetra, our life. This life is a kshetra, a plain, a land, where it is to be practiced with spirituality, with righteousness, with honesty, with sincerity and effort. So this is a very vital point, that this life itself to be taken as a field of activity, war field. So Krish, Mangu. So struggle is to be made in everyday's life, but it should be based on righteousness, the dharma. And dharma, to transcend the dharma, will lead to the divine, which is our very nature. So both forces are always working. We cannot stop. As human life will go and continue, there will be challenges. There will always be something which will be irritating, which will be disturbing, which will always try to take away our peace. But the solution is not to succumb to that, but to fight. Fight, not with arms and weapons, yes, if necessary, for the protection of the country, protection of the good, people use arms and weapons. But for greater weapon is the inner strength, some values of life, and all the noble teachings which these holy people have given us in the Upanishads, in the Bhagavad-Gita. Now we are trying to think what Gita has told us about fighting the evil. So it is not, despondency will come because life is such. Sometimes you will feel I am helpless. I'm a victim of it. No one can say that never in my life this type of challenge have never come. Yes, this is the present time. Suppose someone's relatives, friends, those who have been affected by COVID, or they're in a critical condition, or for any other reason, external reason. So sometimes we feel we are helpless. There is no way. We cannot do anything. And Gita started there. Seeing the army, opposing army forces, contesting forces, the Arjuna said, oh, first he was very courageous and he is a great warrior, unparalleled warrior. But seeing the situation, he said, okay, let me see with whom I am going to fight. And you all know, when he was taken by Krishna, the charioteer, to show what is there in all over to see, and then he got frightened. Then he said, oh ho, I'm shaking, I'm shivering with fear, and oh Krishna, I'm not going to fight. And to avoid avoiding, that's the point. And he became so despondent that he fell at the feet of Krishna and gave up the weapon, Gandivam Sangasate Hastat. The weapon is falling down from his hand. Sangasate Hastat. Takchaiva Paridajjate. My skin is burning. I cannot, out of fear. Yes, that happens in our life also. But then we bring our argument that, okay, let the world go, I will be a spiritual person. But spiritual person has a negative meaning. Not doing anything where you have the responsibility and ability to do. Fight optimum, up to the optimum, what power we have been given by God. We have to fight up to that much. Yes, afterwards we say, oh Lord, please take care. So here is the important point. Then Arjuna started giving so much argument not to fight. And this is not good. Why we should fight unnecessarily when the world is unreal, and what will happen to be a king in the end with the cost of so much of bloodshed. But he is forgetting that he is a kshatriya, he has a dharma, and he has to fight the injustice. And it's a dharma yuddha. We started with the dharma. This is dharma. Human personality has a dharma. Suppose now COVID is there. I just got today to know somebody saying, they are saying that, don't worry, some Indian family, some daughter is saying mom and dad does not believe that this has anything to do with COVID. Why we should do whatever we like? This is irrational thinking. You have to accept the science. You have to accept the doctor's opinion. You have to look at the situation going on around. And now you fight your best. But what will happen, that's a different thing. After taking maximum care, and if anything to happen, it will happen. But that is beyond my, but practice is the most important thing. Or fight, fighting with proper weapon. What in each situation, there is one type of weapon. We have to use those weapons. So this is the point, that we have to, Arjuna then went into despondency. And when he was going in that type of depression, we call mental depression, and then he surrendered at the feet of the Lord. And then what he said, Sri Krishna's what? Klaimbang masmagama partha. Oh Partha, you should not be like this weak personality. You are a powerful personality. He aroused the consciousness, the potential strength which he has inside. He just boosted that courage. And then with argument, with things, yes. And he said, Praggavadang subhasase, you talk like a very wise person, but you misunderstand the argument. Lawyer can be lawyers are lawyers, no? He can support your case, and the opponent person will the same point, they will fight against it. So, but we should have to base our argument with dharma, with righteousness, with ultimate reality, what will bring ultimate bliss and ultimate joy, ultimate peace. So this is the struggle. Gita does not allow. Arjuna was trying to escape from the fight. So we are to fight. And what to do? Fight not with fear. What is the ultimate fear? Ultimate fear is death. No? We should be understanding that death no one can avoid. Whatever may be the person, even God incarnate, Christ, Buddha, Rama, Krishna, call them God, avatar. In the physical body, they are still today? No. It is to be accepted fact. Birth, decay, birth to decay or death, 6 stages of life, it will go on. But we have to fight at every point. So death is not to be fearful about. Death is inevitable. Who will die what time, that is the question. And let it happen according to the situation. But always be positive in attitude and go on fighting. So external fighting, as I say, particularly when we have physical ailment, let us go to the doctor. Take the medicine. If the doctor said go on some surgery, okay, surgery. Many people resist all these things, but it is to be scientific. We have to fight the external nature, and if earthquake happens, what can be done? You take your measures. If it happens, it will happen. The houses will crumble. So this fire happened last time in our Santa Barbara area, to this huge loss of houses and properties, and also some human personality, some died, and also some pets also. But what can you do? You take your measure. Some people did not. No, I know of one person. The firefighters are requesting, no, this is dangerous, we cannot take any risk, please come out. And she didn't come out. And suddenly onrush of water came in such a way. After the fire was over, rain came, severe rain. And mud and the big boulders are all rolling. It's a huge 10, 20 feet big boulders from the 2,000 feet, 3,000 feet mountain tops, and they're rolling down, and it's making a mess. Houses are smashed down, and then mud started coming up, mud water in his room, and when in her room, and then police has to take care, 2 dogs and she alone in a big house, courtyard, this, that, and gradually he sees that everything is coming up. Where to go? You cannot walk any direction. So if you ignore, and then you are in fear, and that is a foolishness. And then helicopter came with much effort, saved her, airlifted, and all these things. So even then, if you say, no, I am okay, so you die. It's a foolish thing. It is not fighting. Fighting is that the situation is there, how we can just take proper step and move on, take external measures to go beyond all this present crisis. Try that. And after that, what happens? It's not yours. Tasmat tang saranangaccha sarva bhavena bharate. When? You have to take refuge in God. When? After exercising your best. That's after fighting what capability God has given to us. So this is very important factor, that it is for external situations, but fear will try to crush us. Our depression may take place, but we have to get out of it. And internal, now you go in spiritual life, that is the internal life. When you go internal life is also so much of desires, our anger, our frustration, our failures to accomplish certain thing. Even in spiritual life, there is spiritual frustration. Of course, that is good, but it should not make you feel helpless. So Gita suggests that fight fearlessly. Why do you are afraid? Because you want to lose, don't want to lose anything. But what is loss? What is gain? Being in the life only is the gain, like a piece of stone, like a piece of log. One live for 100 years. What is that? 100-year living is the goal of life, or to attain illumination and be fearless. Death will come, but it will not touch you. That is the glory of human life. Disease will come, but it will not affect the person. That's spirituality. So we have to fight there also. Fight with strength. Vedanta will say that you always think that you are divine, you are pure, with that positive. Or bhakti, in the Gita, we get all types of training according to one's ability, according to one's choice. One can take the Vedantic path, one can take the devotional path, and the whole Gita is karma. Our life is centered around karma. We cannot do anything. Your breathing is a karma. We cannot avoid karma. So how to do the karma? Yoga, karma kaushalam. We have to do such karma. This is a fight all the time. Not to feel that I have nothing to do, helpless. That same Arjuna then wake up and then fought in the external world, and also internally he had the vision of Vishnu, Narayana, and Vishwarup Darshan. No? That also your mind is to be prepared, and you have to pray, and your question in spiritual life, grow, and surrender to God and say, oh Lord, please show me your divine form. Let me see your divine form. And then God was kind to show him the Vishwarupa Darshan, no? The cosmic vision of the ultimate truth. So everywhere there is a struggle, and external struggle and internal struggle. Ultimately, we have to conquer death. We have to conquering death is the teaching of Bhagavad-Gita. That how we are born in a body, and body undergoes this, mind also goes through different moods and situations, but how we can conquer those failures and frustrations of life and overcome them and fearlessly fight. What to fear? That's it. Now let us come to the word. We are every one of us, most afraid of losing something, losing material something, losing our health, losing our money, losing our sarvang vastu bhayannitam. All things always create a fear in our mind. What will happen if it goes? What will happen if it goes? And that makes us much more a dead person rather than alive. A person who am alive in the life, it shows that we are dead, more than dead. So what to be frightened about? Death is inevitable. Everyone will die. There is nothing special for you and me. Death is coming to me and you are all safe. Who is safe here? Death is hitting everyone every day. It's a fact of life. Why don't you accept that? If you say, and then if you keep up that fear aside, then whatever is to do. That's a fight. Ma manushvara yuddhacha. 2 words, very powerful words of Bhagavad-Gita. Entire Gita, if we just coin these 2 words, Ma manushvara yuddhacha, then it is all, life's all problem is solved. Think of me and then fight. Ramakrishna said, in one hand, do the karma, another hand, hold the feet of the Lord. So this is to be taken into our life, that our life's goal should be focused here. Ma Manusmara, how we can keep our mind in God, means in my divine nature, divine self, pure nature, birthless, deathless, infinite self, and Ma Manusmara. And then do the duty. Fighting means every odd, every situation, every day's breathing is a fight, is it not? Every day's survival is your cholesterol is getting up. Now what is that? HDL and LDL, they're fighting their inside. No? Can you stop it? It will continue. So long life is there, it is continuing. So every emotion, one emotion, another emotion, this is a fight. Who will win? There we have to hold Mamanusmara. Hold on to the feet of the Lord. Think that is the goal, that is the purpose, that is the source of all peace. The absolute peace and absolute joy is there. So Mamanusmara and fight only. Not to fear, I will die one day. Gita suggested to Arjuna, said, Hato va prapsasi sargam jitva va bhokshase mahim. In this war, life's war, why are you so frightened? You will die one day. Hato va prapsasi sargam. If you think that you cannot conquer, you cannot win, but you are killed by your enemies, okay? Because you have done righteous war, righteous life, you lead a righteous life, life of honesty, life of sincerity, life of God-dedicated life. So you have done that. What will happen? Hatova, now you die in this process. Prapsasi sargam, you will go to heaven. And if you win in this one, jitva va bhokshase mahim. When you conquer, you enjoy this life. This world is giving so much of other things. You have all those things in your life. So see, if we keep our understanding very clear, then we are much safe in our life. Problems the same. Problem does not go away. Suppose the fire is coming from the north side, and I don't look at the north side, I turn my face on the south side. Fire will not go away automatically because I turn my face. It will hit the direction it is coming. Why not face it and take a bucket of water and throw it? You have a hose, hold a hose. Or take help of others. Fight, fight, fight. But righteous fighting. People may fight for right and wrong reason. But our spiritual life is righteousness first and then conquering above, going above righteousness. Unrighteousness to righteousness, righteousness to divinity. So stages are there. Tama to Raja, Raja to Sattva. This is also fight. Tamasikata, it drowns us. No? Tamas quality. So tamas quality to push it up. Be active. Rajas. But Rajas cannot take you anywhere. Rajas brings ego, competition, craving for name, fame. I am superior than you. Who are you? All these mean characters are developed by ego. That's Rajas. But no, conquer it by Sattva. Compassion, love, holiness, purity, seeing God in everywhere. Ishvara sarva bhutanam hriddase Arjuna tishtati. Oh Arjuna, Ishvara is in every heart. So respect everyone, love everyone, and with that attitude that God is in. So transcend from, here is a fight. Tamas is overtaking me. I want to sleep. Okay? Say, no, it is morning, I'll have to get up and do meditation. Push. Then what will happen? By Rajas, get up. That's why I say, if you feel like that in the early morning, then just jump out of your bed, and then go and take a shower. Rajas activity, something. And after when all this is done, then you will become a little fresh. Then you go to the center or altar and then just try to meditate or pray or whatever. No, if you find like that, get up and go on around and sing a song. Be rajasic. And spiritual practice rajasic. And then rajasic also doing this, only going into the shrine and cleaning the shrine and always putting this altar and this and that, 1 hour spending. No, go to sattva. What to sattva? Just go and sit and try to bring the Lord, as Guru has said, in your heart, and try to contemplate there. Be sattvika so that dive deep, dive deep, dive deep. So everywhere is a struggle. First of all, in the morning, even after so many years, everyone feels little lazy. That's a tamas. You transcend that by rajas. And then when you transcend by rajas, don't stay over there. Fight to transcend that rajas into sattva. And if you reach sattva, then try to transcend that sattva also. That sattva to transcend, and you will see where will you go? You will go into that truth eternal, sattva. So, rajas to sattva, sattva to sattva abhiyan. So, in the whole teaching of Gita, what we are finding, that is a constant advice for struggle. And Swami Vivekananda also instructed us, struggle. And you struggle fearlessly. Don't be afraid. What to lose? I will die one day. Take these premises into your mind. And then whatever happens, I will accept that. Let me move on. So internal, external, both struggle. We have talked about the 3 gunas. We have to transcend them. That it is the struggle to hold on the feet of the Lord on one hand and to serve God by our own whatever duty, according to duty. So, Ma Manushmara Juddha Cha, Ma Manushmara Juddha Cha, Juddha, war. That is life. And that does not mean that this war will make the mind restless. Rather, it will cool our mind down, because I am struggling with my lower nature. I'm struggling with my physical inabilities. I'm struggling with my we have not, what I can acquire. So these are all positive. This fight should be always positive. It should be righteous. It should be uplifting. It should make us spiritually great. So, what else more to say? So the main Gita's core message should be that, life has its struggle. Life will bring suffering, but there is a way out. And Gita says, take the role, positive role, and feel that you are born to do something. You have to conquer your lower nature. You have to see God everywhere. And that struggle is the highest struggle. External struggle we can do. Take care. Say fire has started, firefighters can come. We can also do. And we can, because it is visible. But the internal struggle is much deeper. Where it goes to here, this struggle is much finer. And that struggle continues. When we think that external fight is better and greater, but when you look inside, the sadhakas, they see what a struggle here. How many lifetime, all samskaras, all the impressions hidden in the subconscious, unconscious mind. And they are all bubbling up. When it bubbles up, what do? You have to fight with it. You cannot just let go. And how to fight is the question. How will you tackle the Gita suggest? Dhyana yoga. Yes, every Jnana yoga, Every chapter is named. You think that this body is, what is the body, who is the witness of the body, how the body functioning. Take all these different ideas. So this fundamental principle should be that we have no other choice but to struggle and struggle for till you reach. Swami Vivekananda says, arise, awake, stop not till the goal is reached. No, this is the point to understand, that we have to struggle till. You must make a point that how long we will continue. We will have to continue this till we reach the goal. Till the goal is we reach the perfection. We reach the state of equanimity. Sukhe dukkhe same kritva labha labho jaya jayo tato juddhaya jujjasya. No? So therefore, sukha dukkha, all these life brings both things. It comes in our life. We sometimes face so much suffering, sometimes some joy. We should not be elated with the joy. At the same time, we should not go to depression because suffering has come. How we will conquer this weakness of our mind? Normally, it acts like that. Normally, if I am praised by everyone, some people say, oh, Swami, you are so great. But my balloon, ego balloon, it pops up. And I think, I am somebody. No. I sometimes jokingly say, how foolish we are. 10 people may say you are good, 20 people may say you are bad, and we make a big hell of it. And it's 7.2 billion, 7.3 billion people. Who cares for 10 people, 20 people, 100 people? We look at very petty things. That's why we get so much upset. Now, if we can really think in this line, immediately somebody praises, even forget about your great spirituality or other thing. Just think in this struggle point. That okay, somebody said something bad about me. Oh, how can she do that? I am such and such. Okay. Now bring this argument, is fight. Acha, okay. How many people say good about you? There are so many. As someone tells good about you, someone should say bad about you. Why not accept that? It's an equal, formula should be equal. You get good food, someday it will be little not up to that taste. You have to accept, oh, today's food is unbearable. Okay. And this is, wow. So why to be so much serious? Yes, there will be little expression, but we should not be suffering for that. That's why we suffer. And that suffering means we are undermining our real peace. Where is our real peace? And whenever we hear little criticism, yes, my mind may be upset because I am a good guy, I didn't do anything, but someone saying something wrong. But when you are an established person, what will you say? Wow, good. He's blaming me. Wonderful. He's taking away my bad karma. See, you'll be much happier if someone takes away my bad karma by criticizing me. Good. Let them take away. It is said that if someone praises you, he is sharing your good karma because he is appreciating your karma, appreciating your life. But who right and left criticize you, no reason and rhyme, you can think, what a good opportunity, God. They are taking away bad things. I am freeing myself. And you can enjoy the same situation. When you conquer, it becomes joy. Let them do more. The story of Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, you all know. He was a great philanthropist. And anyone will come and he will give everything. But one day, one gentleman came to Vidyasagar and said, why that man was speaking so bad about you? And then he could not place that gentleman and why he will criticize me. So after some time, she scratched his head and said, oh, why he should criticize me? I never did any good to him. So his experience is that if you have done any charity, any good, any help, any support, that person will criticize you. That's very natural. But you don't do anything, but still they are criticizing. Oh, what's the fun of it? Why it is going on like that? So the question is that if we accept this way, who can give me suffering? Tell me. I heard that 10 people are criticizing me. Hey, this man is worthless and this is this, he does this, that. And you know that you are not. Okay. Then you say, oh Lord, what a good thing. Maybe in my subconscious something is there. They're taking away that. They are my friends. Thank you, thank you. Do more. So you then win. So life is like that. In everywhere, we can have a positive attitude. This COVID situation actually is so much bad for so many people. So many people are already gone to the glory. In our Belur Math also, at least we lost how many? 2, 3 already gone. And in New York, we have lost 1. So, but look at the entire world, what is going on? Who is stopping that death? But should we cry for that? Or we take proper action and fight fearlessly, seeing that everything happens, let me take care, use whatever the CDC is talking about, and then of all these cares and increasing your immune system and taking care of the mask and social distancing, etc., etc. And then what happened? Happen. Let it happen. We make ourselves weak by thinking what will happen. If you say, let it happen, and not weaken ourselves, that's the point. We should not make ourselves weak. Gita's teaching. Kloibang masno gama. That is the point. We should not have to go down to that level of weakness. But face the situation, face the challenge, and then do your best, and then ma manusmara. Think of God, take refuge in Him, and with your own effort, combine these two. And then whatever happen, and you conquer life, conquer death. Conquering death means conquering life. Conquering life means conquering death. You see, one side it cannot be done. So life and death are the obverse and reverse of the same coin, as the Gita suggests. So I think this much is enough, no? Just it is for seeing each other, no? Now, if you have any question or anything, that will be good.